Metric, I hope you're good, okay? This is P. Bafana from Philip Genet Academic Support. Let us check this human evolution activity. Stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe. All the best. Well, the diagram below it represents the fossilized skulls of 3 different species of primates. They were either bipedal or quadrupedal, right? They say that now they were either bipedal or rather quadrupedal, mean that now organisms that walk on all 4 limbs, all right? So remember that now bipedal, it is the ability to walk on 2 limbs, all right? Because bi means 2, then quadrupedal, quad means 4, the ability to walk on 4 limbs, all right? So now we can see that now we have organism A, B, and C, right? And the location of the foramen magnum there, it is different of organism A and B and C. So meaning that now you should pay attention and you should remember the position of the foramen magnum in different species there, right? So now we have Y and X. You see now? So now let us check Y. Y, it represents the type of the teeth. Yes, that shows the trend of human evolution, right? So Y, it represents what? The canine, all right? This is what? The canine. Then X, it represents what? The foramen magnum, because this is what? The opening base of the skull that allows the spine to enter. You get my point? So it means that now X, it represents what? The foramen magnum. This will be the foramen magnum. This will be the foramen magnum, right? So we can see that we have given what? We are given skull A, skull B, and skull C, right? So skull A, it represents what? A quadrupedal, all right, or rather an African ape. We can see that now the foramen magnum, it is positioned what? Backward. It means that now you can see that now we have what? Larger canine here. We have large canine here, and also have what? A protruding face. You get my point? It means that now, and also the brow ridges are well pronounced. And also you can see that now we have what? A small cranium. So it means that now this is what? An African ape. And also we can see that now the position of the foramen magnum, it is positioned backward. So meaning that now the spine will enter in C shape there. So now let us check skull B. Skull B, it is what? It is an intermediate fossil, or rather it is an Australopithecine. It means that when we say it is an intermediate fossil, we say that now it shows a mixture of an ape-like, all right? And the mixture, it means that now this thing, it is what? It shows what? It shows the common characteristic between the 2 genera, or rather 2 species. Because if you can see now, the foramen magnum, it is positioned forward. Mean that now this is a bipedal organism. Mean that now it shows what? This characteristic of the Homo species. So that is why we say B, it is an Australopithecine. Why? Because it has what? It has the mixture of an African ape-like features. We can see the sloping face and also the brow ridge. But, and also it has the mixture of the what? Of the Homo species. Why? We can see that now the foramen magnum, it is positioned forward. It means that now this is what? A bipedal organism. It means that this is what? A bipedal organism. Then C, it represents what? The Homo species there. This is me and you. Homo sapiens. So meaning that now the foramen magnum, it is positioned more forward compared to B. Meaning that now B, it is an intermediate fossil. It shows what? The mixture of the 2 genera of the, or rather the 2 species of what? Of A and C. You get my point? This is an Australopithecine. So now the question says that now label part X and the type of the, come on, this is easy. You get that 2 marks, all right? So it means that now we said that X, it is the foramen magnum, then Y, it is the canine, right? So now the examiner says that explain the significance of the location of structure X in organism C. So it means that now they need what? The significance, or rather the position of the foramen magnum in organism C. All right. So since then it is 3 marks, it means that now the question says that explain the significance of the location of structure X in organism C. All right. So it means that here, here we just say that now the foramen magnum, yes, sorry about that, we say that the foramen magnum is positioned where? Forward. You get my point? The foramen magnum is positioned forward. You see? We say that now it was 3.4.2. We say the foramen magnum, say that now the foramen magnum is positioned, right? It is positioned forward, all right, indicating that organism C ne is bipedal. Why is it bipedal? Remember that now they said explain the significance of what, or rather the significance of the location of structure X, which is the foramen magnum. Mean that now the foramen magnum is positioned forward, indicating that now organism C is bipedal. You see? To do what? You get my point? To do what? Ne? Meaning that now we say the foramen magnum is positioned forward, indicating that organism C is bipedal. So to allow the spine, yes, to allow the spine to extend, yes, to do what? To extend vertically, or vertically, mean that now the S shaped. Again, we saw that now the foramen magnum is positioned forward, mean that now it will enter in an S shaped, mean that now it will extend vertically from the base of the skull, all right, from the base of the skull, from the base of the skull, to do what? To support the upper body weight. You get my point? Because now if you are standing like this, agree you are bipedal, mean that now the upper body and the lower body, when we compare the weight, it is not equal. So mean that now bipedal organism, whereby now we are also having what? The pelvic that is short and wide. So it means that now all of this in the position of the foramen magnum and the spine to enter in vertically, this will support the upper body weight, yes, for an upright walking. You get my point? That is why we say that now to support the upper body weight. To support the upper body weight. To support the upper body weight. For what? For upright walking. You get my point? For upright walking. But it was 3 marks, ne? But this is what? The significance of the foramen magnum inward in Homo sapiens. The foramen magnum is positioned forward, indicating that organism C, it is bipedal. To do what? To allow the spine to extend vertically from the base of the skull. You see? To do what? To support the upper body weight for an what? For an upright walking. So that is why, that is the significance of what? The foramen magnum in Homo species, or rather Homo sapiens. Alright. So now here they say that now which of the skulls A, B, C belongs to an Australopithecine. If you listened initially, when I was busy trying to show you what B, it is what? It is an it is what? It is an intermediate fossil, meaning that now I said that it shows a mixture of an ape-like feature and the Homo species, meaning that now it is a transitional fossil. How? It is an Australopithecine. It means that now it is an organism that has intermediate between the two species, mean that now it has the common characteristic between what? A and C. So it means that now the skull that belongs to an Australopithecine, it will be B. You get a mark there. Then now they say that now which skull A, B, C belongs to an quadrupedal primate. If you listened the time when I was busy explaining this, definitely will get this thing correct, meaning that now it will be A. because of the foramen magnum, it is positioned backward to allow the spine to enter in C-shaped, whereby now this is what? A quadrupedal organism that will walk on 4 limbs. So basically now, it will be A here. Then you will get your 2 marks. You see now. Then you will get your easy 2 marks. So now, the question says that now, explain how the change in the skull from B to C could indicate a change in intelligence. I love this question. All right. So now, guys, if you can check, if you can check now, if you can check the skull of B, meaning that now there is a key to support it, which is what? The cranium. All right. So mean that now cranium, guys, it houses the brain. So it means that now, B, if you can compare where I am circling, you'll see that now that is the cranium. Mean that now cranium, it is the part of the skull that protects the brain, and it houses the brain. So it means that now B and C, if you can compare the size of the cranium, it is not the same. And since we know that now the cranium, it is the one that houses the brain. All right. So a smaller cranium, it suggests that now a smaller brain, it is what? It is housed, or rather it is developing. All right. So it means that now an increase in the cranium, it indicates that now more brain it is developing, or that is housed. It means that now the brain cells, they are increasing. Mean that now the cerebrum, it is processing more of the what? Or rather it is interpreting. Yes, it is storing more information. All right. So if you can compare B and C, you'll see that now the one that has what? An increase in the cranium, it is C. Meaning that now the intelligence, it will do what? It will be more, because an increase in the cranium, it suggests that now more brain, it is developed, or rather it is housed. Meaning that now this will lead to greater intelligence. All right. So when we go to the question, the question says that explain how the change in the skull from B to C could indicate the change in the intelligence. It means that now, this is what the significance, the change from B to C. It means that now we are moving from B, we go to C. So it means that now, it means that there is what? It means that now there is, yes, there is an increase, right? There is an increase, yes. There is an increase in the cranium, size. From where? From, let us check the question. Question said, okay, sorry about that. The question said, explain what's going on now. Okay. Explain the significance, or rather the change of B to C. How will this thing lead to intelligence? All right. So it means that now, in skull B, okay, to C. Okay, now I get that. It means that now there is an increase in the cranium size from where? From skull B. Yes, all right. From skull B to C. All right. So what is the significance? From B to C. It means that now this will allow the cranium, yes, the cranium of C to do what? To house a larger brain, which will do what? Which will lead to greater intelligence. All right, which will lead to greater intelligence. It means that now the cerebrum now, it will be more active, it will process more information, the activities now. So it means that now there is an increase in the cranium size from skull B to C, mean that now this will allow cranium size of organism C or rather skull C to house larger brain, which will lead to what? Greater intelligence. All right. So you should pay attention to this kind of the question, good people. You should pay attention. So now, the question says that now, tabulate two observable differences other than those mentioned in question 3.4.2 and 3.4.4 between skull B and skull C that represent the trend in human evolution. Since then this is a tabulation question, there is a mark for you to draw a table, so it means that now you'll do something that looks to be like this. All right, you'll do something that looks to be like this. Then definitely you'll do like this and like this. Then you write skull B, skull C. Then you got one mark at least. But those marks, guys, you should take them. So now let us go back to the question. They say tabulate two what you observe. What you observe. Tabulate two observable difference other than those mentioned in 3.4.2. Meaning that now we are not going to talk about the foramen magnum. If you mention the foramen magnum, you are gone. Because 3.4.2, we were mentioning what the foramen magnum, you are gone. And 3.4.4. Meaning that now, if you mention the cranium here, you are gone. You get my point? So you go back, what you observe, alright? Between what skull B and C, So if you can check, if you mention the foramen magnum, you are cooked, you are gone. Yes. So it means that now you focus on the things that were not mentioned. Yes. Through the temptation there. So we are going to talk about this guy now. The brow ridge. The brow ridges. Yes. We can see them. And also we can see the jaws. The jaws. So it means that now B, brow ridges, they are well pronounced. Yes. So it means that now skull B, we say that now brow ridges. Brow ridges are well pronounced. Right. While C, brow ridges are not pronounced. Brow ridges are not now mean that now they are not well developed. All right. So mean that now you'll get 1 mark for the table, 1 mark here, 1 mark here, and 1 mark here. And what else you can mention? Larger jaw. Even you can check now. We have a more protruding jaw. Means that now here protruding jaw, while here less protruding jaw. Yes. Mean that now the jaw, it is big. So it means that now we say more. Don't use big. So here you say more protruding, right? More protruding jaw, right? Here you say less protruding jaw. Protruding jaw. Definitely will get your 5 marks. You see, 1 mark for the table. So guys, remember the examiner said, don't ever mention the foramen magnum and don't ever mention the cranium. Because you mentioned them here, we talked about them where 3.4.2, and we talked about the cranium where 3.4.4, and we talked about the foramen magnum where 3.4.2. So if you mention them, you are definitely cooked. So it means that now you need to read the question twice. So we were focusing on what the brow ridge and the jaw there. So definitely that is how, guys, we treat this kind of the question. All right. Until we meet again, stay tuned.